So this is Carrie Bradshaw recording on February 11th, 2022 for fourth block Introduction to Digital Technology. So as Ms. Olson said, my name is Ms. Bradshaw. I am the Work-Based Learning Coordinator for the high school. And part of my job is to come into the different CTAE classrooms and teach about employability skills. I believe most of you are freshmen, maybe a few sophomores. But today we're going to be talking about initiative. Why should initiative be important to you? Does someone want to answer that? Yes.
Because you have to be able to do stuff on your own.
Yes. You got to be able to do stuff on your own. Anybody else? Well, thinking from an employee standpoint, for a job you're wanting to go to, employers have ranked the ability to take initiative as one of the most significant employability skills needed within the workplace. So what, in your words, is the definition of initiative? Yes.
I would say maybe stepping up to be a leader in a group.
That's good. So stepping up to be a leader. Anybody else? Yes.
I'd say that it's more of a responsibility than like more of a responsibility tied to setting leadership.
Well, that's true too. Both can be true because in order to be seen as a leader, you do have to take initiative, but you also have to be responsible for your own actions and what you do. Anybody else want to contribute? So initiative is the ability to be productive and show ambition. It's the ability to go above and beyond the minimum job requirements. So just because your job states you only have to do this certain part, you're still going to look good in the employer's eyes if you try to learn more or do more. It's voluntarily starting projects, not having someone to say, hey, this needs doing. Can you please go do it? It's recognizing that something needs done and going and doing it. Again, attempt non-routine jobs and tasks. Being or taking initiative establishes your own credibility. It's the ability to work independently, to complete assigned tasks efficiently, effectively, and timely, and it's the ability to work towards goals. So now that you have the definition, what does taking initiative look like in class? Yes.
Answering a question like this.
Yes. Being involved in group discussions. Anybody else? There's no right or wrong answer.
It's kind of like participating in what you do.
Yes, participating. Anybody else? How about being prepared? Doing your homework? Studying? All right. Okay, so far we've looked at initiative as how it affects you. How about how it affects other students? Think about your productivity. How does your productivity affect other students?
Well, let's just say you're in a group project and you get all of your work done and then another person does it. It affects the entire group, not just him.
Correct. So someone's going to have to pull the slack that the other person created. What else? Yes.
Let's also just say that you're in a group project and you finish your work but someone else is struggling. If you both done, that's more taking initiative.
Yes, that is. So jumping in and helping a classmate that you see struggling. Anyone else?
I was thinking exactly what Cooper had said about helping someone who needs help.
Yes. And I would go back to what we said before, and I'm just adding to theirs. Being prepared. If you're not prepared, the teacher's gonna have to cover the same lesson for longer than what they anticipated. So it holds the class back from learning more. Alright. So what does taking initiative look like within your learning? Yes.
Asking questions.
Yes, asking questions, asking for help if you need it. Many people are afraid to ask for help because they think they might be seen as stupid. That is not the case. Asking questions shows you are willing to learn and that you're taking the initiative to learn something you're not sure about. All right, anybody else? I don't know if it applies to this class, but study groups. Maybe like in a chemistry class or a biology class. If you're not very sure on how to study, have a partner that you can study with. And the school also offers a study group, right, that you can partake in if you need additional help. Alright. So now, I want you to think and pretend that you are in a job interview and you are being asked this question. Describe a time when you took initiative. So go ahead and grab a pencil and paper out and jot down a time when you took initiative. Does anyone need more time? Malachi, what did you put?
I'm still doing it.
What?
I'm still doing it.
Okay. How about the girl in the pink pants? What did you put?
I'm still working on
still working on it? I will circle back to you guys. How about you?
I put that I've taken initiative for past projects I have worked on in school.
Okay,
Want me to
So-
elaborate?
we'll talk about that in a minute. How about you?
Look, one cleaned up in the lunchroom for a mess I spilled.
Okay, so cleaning up after yourself in the lunchroom. Alright, are y'all still working on it, or do you have it?
So you want my work?
Doing homework? Okay. Yes,
And I've had to, do like group projects like myself because like the others would not work.
okay, so taking the workload on yourself for others who are slacking. Okay, do you have one? Yes,
One time my sister needed help studying, so I took time away from me to help her study.
okay, so helping someone else study. Alright. Has anyone in here heard of the STAR response method? Okay. Yeah, you can't really see that, can you? Alright. So the S in STAR is situation. Clearly set up the scene of an example and describe the situation. T is for task. What was your role? So A is for action. What products or services were you personally responsible for? And R is result. What happened? Describe the end result. So you asked me if I wanted you to elaborate.
Alright. In the past project, we were nearing the date of it being due, and we weren't getting anything done, obviously, so I, stood up and was like, well, we need to get this done, we need to get a good grade for it, obviously, and I just basically reminded them and encouraged them to get it, to do their role and get it done.
Okay. So now, with the STAR method in mind, I want you to pair up into groups. So you two together, you two together, you two, and I guess y'all three. No? Okay. So when she gets back, you'll get one. I want you to review each other's answer to the question of describing a time when you took initiative. Help revise the answers using the STAR response method and share with your partner. And at the end, I'm going to ask you to elaborate on what you said before. Okay? Y'all can get up and move around a little bit if you need to.
I just said, take the initiative in past projects that I worked on. I didn't help. Did you hear it?
Yes.
Do we do this past thing that we just talked about?
I think I'm gonna take it right now.
Because when employers ask you that question, they're wanting a detailed response so they can evaluate on how well they think you will fit into the company and how you take initiative. Because they are looking for people who they're not gonna have to micromanage. They want people who can manage themselves and do what they're supposed to do. And if you need me to, reiterate what any of these are, please let me know. But I'll say it again. So S is situation, clearly set up the scene of your example and describe the situation. T is for task. What was your role? A is for action. What products or services were you personally responsible for? And R is result. What happened? Describe the end result. Yes. No, it's still on. It just goes down. Does anyone need more time? I know some of you are still working and continue to work, but while you're working, we're gonna have some people share their revised plan. How about you? What did you put before you did the STAR response, and then what did you put after?
Well, they're both pretty similar. So I was at work and I noticed one of the waitresses struggling, so I helped her run her food. But the second one, I said I was working as a counter that night on a salad bar, but I noticed that the waitress was struggling, so I stopped what I was doing. Then I helped bring her food to the table, and then she later took me that night for my help.
Okay. So the situation is she was working one part at her job place, but she noticed someone else struggling, so she went and helped them. So that situation and task and the action and the result is at the end of the night, the waitress shared her tip with her. Alright? How about you guys?
Still working.
Do what?
Still working.
Still working? Okay. Malachi?
Yeah.
Were you finished?
Yeah.
Okay, so your first one was doing homework.
Yeah.
So what did you put after using the STAR method?
It was still the same thing.
Again, if you're interviewing with an employer, they're gonna look for more information than just doing homework.
Last week.
A little bit more. So was it hard homework? Did you struggle with it?
No, it was school homework. It was like math.
Math? Okay. So what did you do to do the homework? Did you need help? Did you ask for help?
I
What?
studied, got my work done.
You studied and got your work done? Okay. So how did you do after doing your work? Was it good? Was it bad? You passed? Okay. How about you?
My situation was that my sister didn't have anybody to study with,
Mhm.
so my job was to help her so then she could study properly. And it's also the action result is that she got an A on whatever she was trying to do.
Okay. Good. How about you?
Either one of us. Okay, so basically, on my first one, I was in automotives, which is in the location of building, and everyone was scared to do the lift, so I took the initiative to go put down the lift. My second one, I said, so the situation was that everyone was scared to put down the lift in automotives, so I took initiative to go lower it and show everyone how to use the lift and not be scared of it, and as an end result, everyone knew how to do it.
Okay. That's good. Alright.
At work, I saw that someone was gonna take someone else's order, so I walked over there, took their order, and they got their food afterwards.
Okay. So what was your role? Were you supposed to take their order or were you working another position?
I was in different,
You were in a different position, but you seen a customer that needed help.
yeah,
So you provided good customer service. Okay. Does anyone else want to share? Okay. I'm going to put a quote on the board. I want you to look at it and think on whether you agree with it or disagree. Alright, so all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. So think on that and determine if you agree or disagree with that. If you agree with it, and keep in mind on who's had signed papers in or not. If you agree with it, move to this side of the room. If you disagree, move to that side. So just stand up and walk around a little bit. Agree? Disagree? Alright. Why do one of, alright, why are y'all still sitting, or y'all disagree? You're right in the middle. So you either, do you agree or disagree, or either or, okay? So why do y'all agree with it?
Yeah, you can do anything as long as you have the right tools. Like, I could float into space if I felt like it, but I had to have like a space suit and everything. But I could do it if I wanted it to. But you have to have the right tools and have the courage to do it.
Okay. Someone else?
I'm myself for either or, but it is true that if you have the right tools and the courage, you can do anything you want.
Okay. What about one of y'all? Why do you disagree with it?
People have some crazy dreams. Like, I can say that I want to fly. I can't physically do that.
If you have the right tools, you can.
Like, if I were to fly without jetpack, anything like that.
The more I think
Thought
about
on
it, I
myself.
think it's.
Well, that's why I'm getting your point.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure
Because
it's,
people have
I mean,
like-
sure everybody has dreams, but you can work so hard to get to your dream and it never happens because life can get in the way, people can get in the way. I mean, anything could happen. It don't matter how hard you work for it. It matters is if your life is, that's what's set for you to have. Like, if that's what life wants you to have, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you could work your whole life for something and it never happens.
Doesn't it mean that you lack the courage to pursue them?
Well, you can try and pursue them, don't get me wrong, you can work and work and work, but that doesn't mean it'll always happen.
I agree.
Okay. That's a good discussion. Does anyone else want to share why they disagree? What?
I said a second ago, now that I think about it, it's either or.
Depending on what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I want y'all to think about entrepreneurs, though. You know, they're branching out on their own to be their own boss. There is no guarantee in the path they choose, like you said. There's probably going to be many failures that they encounter, but the way that they do succeed is get up and try again, try it from a different angle. Try something new. If it doesn't work, keep working at it and tweaking it till it does. Which of course, sometimes you just run out of money or, like you said, life happens and you've got to switch it. So I'm either or as well. Okay. All right, you can go back to your seats now. All right. Now I want you to raise your hand if you have a personal or professional goal you have set for yourself. Yes.
My goal is to at least go to college for wrestling.
Go to college with a wrestling scholarship. Okay. Did you have your hand raised? Okay.
Become a voice actor.
Become a voice actor. Anybody else want to share? Yes.
To become a successful business leader.
To become a successful business leader. Okay. Are your goals SMART goals? And I'm not talking about intelligence. Does anyone know what a SMART goal is?
Probably a realistic goal,
Yeah, like one that's possible.
Yes.
or more probable than most.
Yes.
It's not this one.
Well, not necessarily.
say? What did you say again, Gage?
I said, like, or, are you talking about what I said earlier, or what I
About
said
the-
about my goal?
About the SMART goal.
My goal is not necessarily a SMART goal.
Let's determine what I'm talking about by smart. And I've already said, it's not about intelligence. Alright, so S stands for specific. What exactly is your goal? What are you wanting to do? M is measurable. How are you going to track your progress? A is attainable. Is this a realistic goal for me? Do I have what I need to make it possible? R is relevant. Why am I doing this? Does it matter? T is time oriented. When will I reach my goal? So for you, wanting to get a wrestling scholarship, you've got to do good in school and graduate. You've got to stay on the wrestling team, go to practices.
Place good at state.
Do what?
You have to place good at state.
Place good at state. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a SMART goals worksheet, and I'm asking that you fill them out. Even if you didn't raise your hand, try to think of a goal that you would like to set for yourself and apply the SMART techniques. Miss Olson, will you watch them while I go get something I forgot to grab? Thank you. Does anyone need more time? Okay. Does anyone need more time? Or are you good? Okay. Does anyone want to volunteer to read what you wrote on your worksheet? If I have no volunteers, I'm gonna call on some people.
I already said my goal, but I'll track my progress by writing down my wins and losses and how I acted when I accomplished them. Is it realistic for me? I think it's realistic for me because I've been wrestling since 6th grade. This matters to me a lot because it's something I love doing, and it's just such a fun sport.
Okay.
I should have this completed by my senior year in high school after state.
I wish you luck. I hope you make it. Anybody else? How about you, Malachi?
Play basketball.
To play basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the specific. Is it measurable?
Yeah, I've been playing basketball since I was little.
Okay, so you practice?
Yeah.
And condition? Alright, so is it attainable? Okay. Is it relevant? Why do you wanna play basketball?
Because it's something that, like, my brother plays football, my dad always wanted me to play basketball, so I play basketball.
Okay. So time oriented, when will you reach your goal?
After high school.
After high school is when you wanna play?
No, like, I play now, but I'll probably, like, get farther when I go to college.
Okay, so are you gonna join the team sport in high school?
Yeah.
Or-
I'll
Okay,
probably do a travel team.
okay. Alright. How about you?
Okay, so I want to be a director or like actor for plays and things. And how I'll track, because I've been doing this since 4th grade, and I can see how I started and see how I am now. It's realistic, I believe so. I think that I have the skills and maybe the imagination or something required to do so. Why am I doing this? It's something that I've been really passionate about ever since 4th or so. I really like doing it. And as for when I have it completed, I really don't know. Because in theater, there is no best and there is no worst. So there's no really completion for me. You know that, if you know what I mean.
Okay. What about schools? Maybe a college that deals with directing? I'm not familiar with.
I don't really know how that works either. I was just hoping to join some groups or like thespians or whatever.
Okay.
Something like that, sorry.
Okay. Alright. How about you? What's your goal?
Doing fabrication or a diesel mechanic.
Okay, so fabrication and diesel mechanic. How are you gonna track your progress? School? Pass the classes you need? Okay. Is it attainable?
Yes.
Okay. And is it relevant? Why do you wanna be a diesel mechanic or, was it fabricator?
Fabrication.
Fabrication. Okay, so why do you wanna do that?
Because I like doing hands-on things and I like doing stuff with vehicles.
Okay. And when will you reach your goal?
When I either get out of school and find a trade school or find someone that I can learn. I work on diesels at home.
Okay, so you're already practicing, that's good. So, thinking back from the beginning of class, why is it important to take initiative? From an employer standpoint.
So you don't have to make them micromanage, so you can be more trustworthy, I guess.
Yes. So employers rank initiative as one of the more important employee building skills to possess. Initiative will get you noticed and also give you job security. If you think about it, if you take the initiative and try to learn as many jobs as you can, you're gonna be irreplaceable. So if there happens to be layoffs, bad economy, who are they gonna keep? Are they gonna keep the worker or the one who slacks off, plays on their phone all the time, doesn't listen, doesn't work well with others? The worker, the one who knows all the positions. Alright. To end the lesson, I'm gonna have y'all roll the dice, and you're gonna answer a question based on the number it falls on. So let's start with you on the desk. So 3. Describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to consult your parents. Alright, does anyone else want to take a stab at that? Describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to consult your parents.
If I like cut my finger off.
Definitely.
If there's like a family matter or issue, I guess.
Okay. What about thinking of it from a goal standpoint? You have a goal that you need help with. Schooling may be one, where they can help. Yes.
Asking your parents if they know anybody that is in the profession you want to go in and seeing if they can help you work towards that.
Exactly. So asking if they might know someone in the profession. It's always good to ask for help from other people, because they might, you never know, they might be able to help you better than what you think. All right. Sorry. It went behind you.
6. Landed on 6.
That was me rolling.
Do I have a magical touch?
See.
Landed on 6. I knew it.
Okay, so describe a situation in which you could take initiative in the near future.
Like there's like a job hiring, and I was like, okay, they need someone to work. I would take initiative and call them and see if I could get the job or not.
And submit an application. Okay.
Two.
Describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to act immediately without seeking the advice of your parent.
I'm guessing, or no, I'm not guessing, but I would say immediate danger, like your dog is drowning.
Go save the dog.
Yes.
Okay.
3.
So describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to consult your parents.
Everybody said everything else already.
Okay, do you want to roll again?
2.
Okay, so describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to act immediately without seeking the advice of your parents.
In an attempt to impress them.
Could be. There's no right or wrong answer.
Cubist?
A job, maybe? You see a job posting that you want to go for? Do you have to have your parents' permission to get a job?
Yes.
You do? Okay. All right. We'll pass it on.
One.
Describe a time when you took initiative.
You've already got it broken down.
Yeah. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Alright. In past projects, that I've worked on in school, I've stepped up as the leader. When the project was almost due, I did my task was to do my part, and the action was taking leadership to get things done. And by helping everybody and encouraging them that we need to, do the project, I managed to help other people who didn't understand what we were, working on. We managed to get it done.
All right, very good.
I got 1 too.
Okay, so describe a time you took initiative. If you want to say what you wrote, that's fine. If you want to give a new example, you can.
Every night I help my little sister do her homework.
Okay. So you give your parents a break by helping her with her homework.
Yes, or my mom just doesn't wanna do it.
Alright. Put it on your desk and roll it.
I got two.
Two? Okay. So describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to act immediately without seeking the advice of your parents.
Stuff that just takes common sense to do.
Stuff that just takes common sense,
Yeah.
Stuff that you know, like, that you should know how to do by now, at your age.
okay?
Yeah.
Like what clothes you wear.
Yeah.
Okay. That's on him. Roll again, cause we're getting that one quite a bit. 5. Define initiative.
It's like stepping up to do something whenever you're not really supposed to, but you do it just to stand out.
Okay. So maybe not because you're not supposed to do it. Maybe it's not in your job description, but you do it anyway. Okay, very good. Yeah. Alright, roll again. So describe a situation in which you could take initiative in the near future.
Helping my parents get their GED.
Okay? Yes. So helping them study? Okay, so if it rolls off the desk, what does SMART stand for? SMART, the SMART technique. You should have a handout with it on there.
Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time oriented.
Yes, okay. Now it's her turn. Good job.
5.
Roll again.
Lord.
What does STAR stand for?
Situation, task, action, and result.
Yes, good job.
Totally.
Alright, so describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to act immediately without seeking the advice of your parents.
Fish drowning.
A fish drowning.
It's this pet fish drowning.
Jaden's pet fish.
Me and my turtle.
Lady Willis.
Maybe your turtle.
Yeah. Or my little baby.
You wanna roll again, get another question?
Yeah. Great.
Alright, so describe a situation in which it would be appropriate to consult your parents.
When you get in a car accident,
Okay, yes, that is very important to let them know. Do y'all have any questions about initiative, or why it's important and why it should be important to you? Okay. Well, there is a form, a Google form Miss Olson posted to the Google Classroom. So while we still have some time left over, go ahead and fill that out and make sure to submit it. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna take up the SMART assignment. Yes, please. So I'll take the SMART goals paper and the paper you wrote on, stating when you finished.
Is it the first or the second? Oh, wait, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm on the wrong side.